Good afternoon everyone, and a very warm welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. So today we are back at London Gatwick, stand 555 on the British Airways A319, taking us up to Inverness. So we're not flying to Inverness for quite a while, to be fair, and I thought we'd just fly up there because it has some unique challenges of its own as well, and it's quite an enjoyable route up there. It makes a change for us flying up to Edinburgh as well, and it's a fairly short route. So this is probably going to be the first part of two videos today. So we'll be doing our initial stream now, and then probably one later this evening will be the plan. As you may have noticed already, we have now some cinematic shots in Flight Sim 2024. So we are utilising the new Chase Flame software, which completely overhauls the camera views. Initially it was going to be a EasyJet's flight was going to do today, because that is a real route from EasyJet from Gatwick up to Inverness. However, slight issue with that was I had to then reset all the camera views. I've not quite got my head around all the software and how you get them to co-locate over to other aircraft. So for the minute we're just going to stick with the A319, just because we didn't have much time to get it all set up. So guys, let's jump in the flight deck. You'll notice a few different views throughout the flight. Obviously this is the cinematic view, which at the moment we're using, but we'll jump in the cockpit. Passengers are just getting on board as we speak, and we have ground online on VATSIM as well. So just getting the aircraft fueled, as you can see, and once we're all fueled up and ready, we'll get ourselves set up and ready to go. So then, apologies in advance, there is going to be a few occasions where we do get the wrong buttons. Not quite worked out where they all are yet, but let's do a quick APU fire test. Wonderful. We'll get the seat belts. So we'll leave the seatbelt signs off for the minute just while we're refueling. We'll put some navigation lights on as well. Don't need the logo on at this time of day. We'll just tune into ground frequency 121805, and then we'll take you through the operational flight control. Like I say guys, I am still getting used to all this, so apologies if it's the first flight we've actually done in utilising this as well.
Delta 40, squawk 5655.
So the operational flight plan for today's flight, we've actually got a different runway today, so it's right, we're expecting for departure Lambourne 1 Zulu Sid.
Correct.
Oh, let me then we're pretty much flying up the west coast of the UK, up to Tala, overhead Glasgow, and then further north into the Highlands of Scotland and to Inverness. If anything should go wrong, we'll be diverting back to Edinburgh. However, I'm not anticipating any major issues with today's flight.
Juliet Hotel, that aircraft that's coming towards you is not talking to me.
And as you've noticed today, we've got a different call sign, so we've got a bit more realistic. We've got the Shuttle 97 Tango call sign today. Cost index of 10, cruise level of 240. We kept ourselves a little bit low. We've got a little bit of a headwind as well. Fuel required today, 6 tons of fuel.
We can take first flight 1 Alpha November if you so wish.
Just turn him down a little bit.
Easy 81 Bravo Juliet, roger. Taxi to stand 5-1 left. Take the
and that's pretty much it really. The weather in Gatwick today is all pretty good.
And then Papa to stand
it's a little bit cold, 5 degrees. QNH 1031. We'll check the latest ATIS to make sure that's not changed. But so we'll get ourselves with the MCD all set up now. Head on to the inlet page. Get ourselves all set up ready for departure. Excellent, Julian, how we doing, buddy? Shuttle 97 Tango, cost index was 10. I'll just bring that up on this left side as well. So those of you who don't know anything about the new panel, so basically it just all your camera views, and this is it pretty much. It's an experimental build at the minute. It's £28 UK. But to be honest, I think for streams and stuff, it will make a big difference. And you know what, it's really easy to use. I was quite surprised how easy it is to use. It just takes a little bit of time to get everything set up and things in the right places. But once they're all set, they're all done. So, cruise level today 240. One thing we will do though is we're just going to pop it out of the screen. I'm going to pop it over to this side here. Zero fuel weight 50.6 and 28.6 for RCG. Fuel required is 6.1 tons if we round it up. Got a headwind today of 10 knots.
Bird 595, Gatwick ground, cleared Edinburgh, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure.
Departures, so V1138, VR138, V2142, flaps 1 departure and thrust of 80. Over to the flight plan, we're expecting 08 right for departure. It's the Lambourne 1 Zulu departure that we're after as well.
595, correct.
Then our arrival into Inverness is runway 05, so ILS 05. And I don't believe there is any stars for this approach. We'll just have a quick look to see what Navigraph recommends.
Speedbird 29 Alpha Victor, Gatwick ground, cleared Edinburgh, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure.
Let's go with the final approach, I think.
54, QNH 1031.
I very much doubt we'll get ATC on up there. It has been known before when Scottish Control comes online, but we'll see how we go, and we'll have a look at the routing as well.
Speedbird 29 Alpha Victor, correct.
So let's jump back up here, and obviously it's a daytime flight for a change.
Nothing further. Monitor advisory.
So I'm pretty sure fueling's all done now. Which it is. We'll get the seatbelt signs on. I'd imagine we're getting passengers boarded as we speak at the minute. They're all just getting themselves comfy.
Speedbird 29 Alpha Victor.
King Julian, it's difficult to really say because I've bought bit by bit. I would imagine probably the difficulty is I didn't pay full price for like the monitor stands and the Flight Seat Pro and Flight Stand Pro. I managed to get them on a good deal on eBay, to be fair. So I paid about probably under half what they should be for both of these. So probably if you retail value, you're probably looking at a good couple of grand, I would imagine. But and if you consider my PC as well, that's about £1,000 on its own. That's probably the most valuable item, really. With regards to the wing stuff, it's all just the wing price is not a huge amount, probably 500 or so. I would imagine I've probably spent on that. A little bit more now. I've bought the throttle, but we're just waiting for the throttle to be delivered. And then the overhead was our biggest expense, which should be here in the next few days.
The entire crew, very warm welcome on board this British Airways flight.
Right then, that's I'm still, like I said, I'm still getting used to these new camera views, so I do apologise if we end up all over the shop. So then what we'll do is we'll speak to ground in a second, we'll get our clearance and we'll go from there. So information currently is Quebec.
As a reminder, smoking, including the use of
Filling 8 Victor Juliet after the Airbus A319 taxis behind you from left to right. Push and start approved. Face west on Juliet.
This British Airways flight.
After the A320
Cabin crew boarding complete.
So boarding is now complete. All the doors and hatches are closed.
Ground, Griffin 2730.
So cockpit prep, gear pins and covers are removed. Fuel quantity is 6 tons and 80 kilograms. Seatbelt on. Adheres are set to nav. We'll just verify this as well. So we head over to the data option here, IRS monitor, and IRSs are still in alignment in the minute. We've got 1 more minute until alignment, so we'll just stand by for that, just to make sure they're all in the nav mode. Just want to level all the lines then more.
QNH 1031.
1031, my mistake, Griffin 2730.
Like I say, guys, I've not flown to Inverness in ages, to be fair.
Gatwick ground.
So we're utilising a new piece of software called Parallel 42 Chase Plane. It is a payware add-on, and it's pretty much utilised during that.
Do you have a stand preference?
Like I say, guys, we're just waiting for everything to align. So less than a minute now for alignment.
Turkish 7 Echo Whiskey, taxi to stand 560.
The loaders are all done.
Taxi stand 54 via Lima.
So RS1's nav, and then RS2 and 3 is all into nav as well. Wonderful. And Barref is 1031.
Ready for taxi. We did already start pushing back and initially taxiing before I realised you were online.
Griffin 2730, yep, no worries. Taxi holding point Juliet 7 via
Load sheets all here.
Tango 6 right.
Nothing there. So we've got 91 passengers plus 4.
Juliet 7 via November, Juliet Tango and 26 right. Griffin 2730.
So we will now request our clearance.
Vueling 8 Victor Juliet, I'm going to taxi the...
It's definitely worth building a rig.
8 on your right.
It makes a big...
position for now, please.
Makes a massive difference, if I'm honest with you. Makes a massive difference. Right, so let's request our clearance on VATSIM.
Skylines 226.
In a minute.
After the Airbus A320 taxis in front of you from right to left on November.
Oh.
Taxi holding point.
Those of you on YouTube,
7
can you see me okay?
Juliet Tango.
I've just noticed
right.
that the game's not showing properly. Ah, I tell a lie, I know why. I do apologise. It's because as soon as you pop out a display, that's when it changes it. So I do apologise for that, guys. Thankfully, we haven't really done a great deal.
Juliet 7 via Juliet Tango and 26 right.
So there we go. Right. Yeah, apologies, guys, on that. I forgot that it does that. There's a little bit of a glitch with Streamlabs because it doesn't know which window to capture.
Bird 95 Romeo, hold position. You can expect stand 3-1.
Can we get 3-2 if possible? Well, hold position.
Sure, you can get 3-2. Actually, are you able to turn immediate right onto Alpha November?
Boom.
Taxi stand 3-2.
So we'll just get the map all uploaded.
And Kilo.
We'll do the same on that side.
November Public Kilo, 95 Romeo.
Right then, let's request our clearance.
Bird 29 Alpha Victor, roger, hold position.
Good morning, Shuttle 97 Tango is with you on stand 555 Airbus A319 requesting IR5 Inverness.
Shuttle 97 Tango Gatwick ground, cleared Inverness, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure, squawk 6474.
Clear to Inverness, Lambourne 1 Zulu departure and squawking 6474, QNH 1031, Quebec.
Shuttle 97 Tango, correct.
So then, we'll pop the squawk in here, 6474. We're in TA mode, so that's all ready to go.
Speedbird 595, stand.
Let's just see what the performance is like.
106.
So, before start, pocket brake is set takeoff speeds and thrusts. As we said previously, 138, 138, 142, just 80.
Easy 4-1 Golf, roger, hold position. Holding easy 4 Golf.
Windows and doors closed. Beacon can come on. So beacon's on. We'll get the APU started as well.
Gatwick on good afternoon, EV65 Charlie Echo.
Easy 65 Charlie Echo, Gatwick ground, good afternoon, pass your message.
So we're just waiting for the APU to start, then the ground equipment will remove, and then we'll get ourselves pushed back on stone.
ET65.
We're going over to Inverness today. That's the routing we're doing today.
Sorry, 10562 and A319.
ET65 Charlie Echo cleared Paris, Seaford 4 Zulu departure, squawk 1000.
Okay, guys, we're just waiting for the tug to be connected, and we're just waiting for the APU Inverness to start.
ET65 Charlie Echo.
Trying to find where the... oh, it's this one. This is the new cinematic mode. You got
Gatwick Tower 124.230. Bye bye.
12430.
one thing you got to consider, Julian, as well, if you're still with us, when building a rig, is if you're going to stick to a certain type of aircraft. If you're going to stick to a certain type of aircraft, then obviously, well.
Speedbird 29 at Alpha Victor, taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Lima, Papa and Juliet.
So, all doors and hatches are closed. Just wait for the tug to be connected, and then we'll get ourselves pushed back.
21 passes behind you from right to left, push and start approved, face west.
First time seeing in this mode.
Right to left, push and start approved, EV for Gulf.
Here's old Doris for the pin.
Unit 8 Victor Juliet, yeah, sorry about that, push and start approved, face west on Juliet.
First I see in GSX in this sort of detail, in fairness. So we'll jump back in the flight there, and we're going to request our pushback clearance. Gatwick ground shuttle 97 Tango's ready for push and start.
Shuttle 97 Tango, stand 555, push and start approved, face south.
Push start approved facing south. Shuttle 97 Tango. Going to do a speedbird then. So continue pushback. And we want to be facing south on Quebec Alpha. Brakes release, you could push. Start sequence 1 then 2, start to number 1.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic and cross check.
Running 8 Victor Juliet, Fueling 8 Victor Juliet, after the British Airways A321, taxis in front of you from right to left, taxi holding point Juliet 7 via Juliet, Tango and 26 right.
After the
on board, all customers have now boarded, and we're about to brief you on the safety procedures of this Airbus 319. We ask that you remove your personal headphones until the end of the briefing. Portable electronic devices may be used during the flight, as long as they are in flight safe mode. Including laptops must be switched off and stowed away safely. As a reminder, smoking is not permitted at any time whilst on board.
Starting 2.
We will now demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Your attention is essential, as these may differ from any aircraft you've flown on before. Please study the safety.
Ground speed 595,
Speedbird 595,
Brake
taxi
set,
hold
clear to
point
disconnect.
Juliet 4 via Quebec and Juliet.
Taxi holding point Juliet 4 by Quebec and Juliet. Speedbird 595.
Griffin 2730, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230, bye bye.
Over to Tower on 124320, Griffin 2730, bye.
Griffin 2730, it's 124230.
124230, Griffin 2730.
Cheers for the follow.
You may not inflate. You may need to pull on the coolant streamer to release your mass.
Speedbird 29 at Alpha Victor, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230, bye bye.
Your life jacket is underneath or beside.
After start, anti-ice is not required. Oh, actually, tell a lie. Engine and wing anti-ice is required. Less than 10 degrees. Econ status checked. Pitch trim. Point 6. Well, there's 1 up actually today.
To inflate, pull the red top.
1 up.
Point Juliet 4, said Emo, Romeo,
Ecomomo. Take off apart from the blue on that. Rudder trim hopefully is neutral.
Victor Juliet, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230, bye bye.
So what we'll do is we'll get.
Devices with flight safe mode should have this feature enabled now. Handheld devices must be held securely or placed into a pocket.
EG65
Parts
Charlie
of
Echo,
devices,
request
including laptops,
push
must
it
be
down.
switched off and stowed in your luggage for takeoff and landing.
Easy 65 Charlie
Take care your device
Echo,
does not get
stand
lodged within your seat.
562, push
If
and
it
start
does,
approved,
just
face
take
south.
bits and let one of your cabin crew.
Push it at approved facing south,
Devices
EG65
must be
Echo.
switched off and disconnected from any seat power sockets when not being used in flight.
So guys, let's request our taxi clearance.
Exits. It must be put under the seat in front of you or in an overhead.
Shuttle 97 Tango is ready for taxi.
Place items into the locker carefully, as they may fall out
Shuttle
of
9
place.
and 7 Tango, after the EasyJet A320, taxis in front of you from left to right, taxi holding point Juliet 4 via Quebec Alpha, Lima, Romeo and Juliet.
After the 320 passes from left to right, Juliet 4, Quebec Alpha, Lima, Romeo and Juliet. Shuttle 97 Tango.
Smoking, including e-cigarettes, vaping, and the use of other smoking devices, is not permitted at
So,
any time.
bucket brake released.
This includes the toilet switch off fitted with smoke detectors.
Brakes are released now.
Questions, please ask a member of your cabin crew. Thank you very much for your attention.
Taxi lots.
Speedbird 595, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230.
Just
Bye
going to
bye.
do flight controls. Full up,
Tower 124.
full down,
Goodbye.
neutral, full left,
Speedbird
All right.
595, 124.230.
neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral.
Copy there, 230 is 595, thank you.
Clear left side, brake check. Clear right side. So we go next left onto Romeo. He was a little bit naughty there, he did a little bit of a shortcut. Just trying all these different views out to see what's what. I don't know what the cinematics are like, to be fair. Don't know how I like that, to be fair. There's the tower. Like I say guys, we do plan on doing a full video in the 320, the 321 coming soon as well. Like I say, I was going to use the EasyJet 320 today actually. That was the plan. But Cockpit door still open.
41 Golf, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230. Bye bye.
Going to Tower 124.2, please go. Merry Christmas, easy 4 Golf.
Next right here. To Juliet. We are hoping at some point to hopefully get Toby eye tracking on there. I think that will make a big difference, to be fair. A real big difference. So we'll be going over to Tower very shortly. So taxi checklist, flight controls, check flap setting, conf 1 plus F radar, predictive wind shear system on and auto engine, mode selector norm, and ecam memo, take off and no blue, flight deck. Oh, must have already spoke to me. There we go.
Shuttle 907 Tango, contact Gatwick Tower 124.230. Bye bye.
Over to Tower 124.230, shuttle 97 Tango, bye.
Departing fueling aircraft. Keep it up high.
Good afternoon, shuttle 97 Tango is with you on Julia.
Shuttle 907 Tango, roger.
That was the view I was looking for, brother.
Goodbye 29 Alpha Victor, over to advisory 122.8. Have a good flight.
128, thank you very much, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Fueling 8 Victor Juliet, surface wind 040, 19 knots, runway 08 right, left takeoff.
Alright, left takeoff. Feeling 8 Victor.
Easy 41 Golf, continue taxi, hold Juliet 1.
Continue taxi to Juliet 1, easy 4 Golf.
So it's at the top end.
Shuttle 907 Tango, continue taxi to Juliet 1 in sequence.
Continue taxi Juliet 1 in sequence, shuttle 97 Tango. For those that are wondering what he means by that, so he basically just means to follow the other aircraft. In effect, really. There's another Airbus there. Don't know how we're looking. He's just departing, the fueling is.
Goodbye 595, line up runway 08 right.
Line up to it, right. Leave it 595.
Easy 41 Golf, behind the departing British A320, line up runway 08 right, behind.
Behind the departing A320, line up on the 08 right time, easy 4 Golf.
Fueling 8 Victor Juliet, over to advisory 122.8. Bye bye.
Advisory 8 Victor Juliet.
You too.
Cheers, Milan. Merry Christmas to yourself. Unfortunately, I'm at work tomorrow, so there's not going to be any Christmas Day live streams, unfortunately. Wish there was.
Goodbye 595, surface wind 040, 19 knots, runway 08 right, clear for takeoff.
Let's take off runway 08 right. Keep it 595, thank you.
And I took some feedback from someone the other day about the use, well, pretty much the use of. I'll get my words out in a minute. So we're cleared to Juliet 1 in sequence. So it's a Paxson departure today. So we're pretty much just going to hold here. Second line. So line up checklist, take off from confirm 08 right, Juliet 1. Config 1 plus F, TCAS, in the second will be TARA.
Shuttle 907 Tango, behind the departing Easy A320, line up runway 08 right, behind.
After departing Easy A320, line up behind, shuttle 97 Tango. TCAS, TARA, Pax 1 and 2 are both on. So, parking brake set. Don't know if there's a better view of this, maybe. I don't know.
Speedbird 595, check your transponder please, squawk mode Charlie. Speedbird 595, thank you. Over to advisory 122.8, have a good flight.
122.8, Speedbird 595.
In a second, we'll wait for the EasyJet to depart. Hope to get a better view of him departing from here, to be fair.
Easy 41 Golf, surface wind 04017 knots, runway 08 right, lift takeoff.
08 right, clear takeoff, easy 41 Golf.
Brakes released. Ooh. A little bit off the centre line there, aren't we? That's what happens when you're fiddling about with camera views. So, let's get...
Good afternoon. Shuttle Tower is WJ 5 Echo Yankee, heading 123, the control operator runway 05.
Subject 5 Echo Yankee, Gatwick Tower, good afternoon. Continue approach runway 08 right, you are number one aircraft to depart.
Continue approach and roger that.
Easy 41 Golf, over to advisory 122.8, bye-bye.
Going to advisory, easy 41 Golf. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Any second now we should get our takeoff clearance.
Tower, good afternoon. Easy 65 Charlie Echo. We are on 26 left and we are able Golf.
Easy 65 Charlie Echo, roger, hold, continue taxi, hold Golf 1.
Copy, continue taxi and hold the Golf 1, Easy 65 Charlie Echo.
Shuttle 907 Tango, surface wind 04017 knots, runway 08 right, lift takeoff.
Lift takeoff 08 right, shuttle 97 Tango.
Easy 65 Charlie Echo, check your squawk. What squawk were you given by ground?
80 SOS rate or 2 thrust blue.
Negative, sir, that's not
Thrust
valid.
sets.
Can you squawk, standby?
$100 knots. B1. Rotate. Positive climb. Yep. Nav.
Sunjet 5 Echo Yankee, surface wind 04017 knots, runway 08 right, clear to land.
That's and on the right and descent here.
Flaps retract.
Easy 65 Charlie Echo, squawk 2011.
Okay, squawking
Just climb,
2011, Easy 65 Charlie Echo.
Shuttle 907 Tango, to advisory 122.8. Merry Christmas.
Advisory 122.8, short 97 Tango, go for specialist to sailboat. Gatwick traffic, Shuttle 97 Tango is on the Lamborghini 1 Zulu departure, initial climb 6000. AP1.
530 Papa, your location, please. I'm just going to back to myself later, that you have to stop behind. Okay, brilliant.
So flight time is around 1 hour and 20 minutes for the lovely Inverness. It may be a little bit later, but we're obviously quite a heavy aircraft today because it took quite a while to accelerate down that runway. That is for sure.
Remain securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. You take care when you open the overhead lockers, as items may have moved during takeoff and could fall out and cause injury.
So at 6,000 feet at the minute.
Including e-cigarettes, vaping and use of other smoking devices is not permitted at any time whilst
So we may go direct Brooklands Park, I think. Another airport's from which some
Wi-Fi is available on today's flight.
Gatwick traffic Shuttle 97 Tango going direct Brooklands Park, climbing to altitude 24,000.
Keep up to date with the latest travel trends to find
24,000 open climb, direct
tips.
Brooklands Park.
Time in the Sky with the digital version of High Life magazine, accompanied by the Wi-Fi login screen on your personal electronic device. All phones should be placed to silent to avoid disturbing other customers. Video and phone calls.
Let's climb, open, climb. Standard pressure.
We're about to start our onboard service. Food allergy.
Yes, we are using VATSIM, Mason.
On today's flight.
There's not a great deal of ATC on today, though, in fairness.
In our Club Europe cabin, we offer you a complimentary meal and drinks from the bar. Your traveller cabin will be offering you a complimentary water and a snack. This will be followed by a High Life Cafe service. If you'd like to purchase from a selection of High Life Cafe items on today's flight, please connect to VA.
So we're making a little shortcut to Brooklands Park, and then we'll continue. Well, we're continuing our climb all the way up now. Then we'll head over the west coast of the UK, overhead Manchester. And we'll go from there.
British Airways. If there is anything that my team or I can do to make your journey more comfortable, then please just let us know. So thank you for your attention and enjoy the flight.
As you see, we don't have no passengers at the minute. That's because the door's not open. So there we go. We'll have passengers again now. I absolutely love these new views though, really do. Really, really nice. Just adds a little bit more to the stream as well, better than just seeing the boring cockpit, to be fair. I think we will be adjusting a few of the camera views. What I plan to do is have this view here as the default view. I think just adjusting a couple of the views. Oh, you can see it on screen anyway. So if we save position, then we'll just change the shortcut. What we will do, in fairness, there's not really much need for me to do a... That's a bit better. Do like 2020 or 2024. So initially, when Flight Sim 2024 was first released, I didn't really like it, though I stuck with it. But since this latest Sim update, the performance on it is a lot better, a hell of a lot better. Merry Christmas Eve, buddy. Unfortunately, I'm at work on Christmas Day, so this is my... Well, I had my Christmas Day yesterday, in actual fairness. So today's just a more of an enjoyable one. It's so cool, these camera views, so cool. Like I say, I would say I'd do a tutorial on how to use the software, but if I'm honest, you don't need to. It comes with a built-in tutorial when you download it. And it's really intuitive, to be fair. There's not a huge amount to it. Apologies, I'm just trying to grab my drink. But no, it is really good. Can't fault it, to be honest. Well, unfortunately for my job, quite often I have to work Christmas Day, so we tend to alter the Christmas Day of what we like having family around and stuff. So yeah, I tend to do that another day if I'm at work.
Shuttle 9 Hotel, turning on to crosswind leg 09 left approach 32 miles inside.
In fairness, I've not worked Christmas Day for about 4 years, so in the actual daytime. I think last year I worked Christmas Day evening, but there we go. So you've got one aircraft ahead, Brooklands Park. Another aircraft as well. London lights can go up, and obviously we've just released the cabin as well. Not much goes on in the cabin really. So fairly boring. Cheers for the follow, Vin, much appreciated, buddy. And cheers Mason for the follow as well. Like I say, it's a little bit of a Christmas Eve special. We will be doing one flight later on, hopefully when it's a little bit busier on the VATSIM network. But we'll see.
Traffic Shuttle 9 Hotel, turning on to downwind leg 09 left approach 26 miles.
In fairness, it looks like London's just come online. Oh, Manchester East Control 133.8. So we probably will, yeah, we'll definitely intercept that then. Assuming there's no level restrictions. Up to 285, so yeah, 133. 133.8. So we'll get that tuned in ready. I can't wait for the day that I actually have a proper radio panel. It'll make my life so much easier. And I don't know about you guys, I'm very excited for the Neo coming out as well. I think that'll be so that's tuned already. Nice day for flying today though, I'll give you that. It's a little bit on the chilly side, but not too bad really. Hey Kyle, how we doing, buddy? Yeah, some of these cinematic shots are really good. They're just a little bit noisy, that's the only thing I would say. At least with the when you're in there. You get some really nice views from them, to be fair.
Traffic Shuttle 9 Hotel, turning on to base leg.
Traffic turning on 259 and leaving the hold at Lambourne, getting direct to Lambourne.
Is this Minecraft? Are you joking? Never really got into Minecraft, to be fair. I have played it a few times, but not very much. If you're saying this is this Minecraft, it's certainly certainly had a bit of an upgrade, if so.
Yeah, we're holding on the downwind leg now. I'll see that. 9 Hotel.
So we're at our cruise. We're going to go 0.77 for... Well, 0.76 for our speed. We've got plenty of fuel as well. One thing we will do is we'll start having a look at the charts for Inverness, because if I'm honest, I've not flown there for a long while. It's been a long... So it's a very small airfield, as you'll probably notice. There's only real one taxi route in out. It is actually an EasyJet route, this is, rather than a British Airways route. So expect a runway 05 for landing. Chances are we'll probably need to utilise a decent amount of this runway, because we're pretty heavy today. And then chances are we'll have to backtrack and then either go into taxiway Foxtrot or come all the way back to the end threshold and onto the south apron. That's probably going to be the sensible thing, because this is the general aviation side. And this is the main terminal buildings here, so we'll just have to see how we get on with that. So let's have a look at the initial approach. So there is an ILS system at Inverness. It is always a bit of an interesting one though. So it will be coming from India November Sierra. We'll be following this approach chart down. Obviously there's quite a lot of high terrain, so that's a 5,000 feet restriction there. And then we'll probably be on to the Cat C approach for landing. That'll be our plan, I would imagine. Just seeing if it gives you the DME arc. So it gives you 13.4 DME arc of, or 14 DME from INS. So we'll find out where INS is. I think that is the main waypoint here. So then we measure 14.5 and then we'll make a left turn. It doesn't actually give you a heading though, which is quite interesting. But we can certainly sort that. Let's just catch up briefly with the chat. In fairness, I've not played Minecraft for years, so... what do you think you're getting flights in for Christmas? Nice. That should be... 2024 is really good, to be fair. It is really good now. With a few add-ons as well, especially if you're getting it on PC. It is really good. So, we're heading 051, our initial climb. So, it all depends on where we're coming from. So, for the 12 DME, which will be us, so 4,000 feet is the VOR restriction. For the ILS, decision height is 230. So, one thing we could do is plan this now. And let's pop in here our decision height at 230. So, if I just jump over here. Really nice now, because I can literally switch between both charts, to be fair. IVR maximum is 550 meters. It can get a little bit foggy up there. And let's jump down again to the MCDU. Hit the VATSIM menu. We're going to request the weather for it as well. Echo Golf Papa Echo. Request our METAR. Hit the send button. And back we go. Cheers to the follow center. Hope you're well, buddy. So now if we go to receive messages, we should have the weather information there. So the current weather is cold by the look of it, 2 degrees Celsius. So the wind is calm. So 360 at 0 knots. A few clouds at 100 feet. Temperature 02. Dew point 02, so there's a good chance we could see a little bit of fog. QNH 1039er. So if we jump back to the performance page, first thing it's going to ask us is 1039 for the QNH. It's going to ask our temperature, which is 2 degrees. So we're definitely going to need anti-ice on here. The wind 360 at 0 knots, so the wind's nice and calm. Transition level 065, and we don't need to worry about the radio. It gives us an approach speed of 123, landing speed of 118, and there we go. Other thing we need to calculate briefly is the how much run we're going to utilise for landing. So we'll go on to our arrival performance, refresh our METAR, and we'll have a quick look at our landing weight off the charts. So our landing weight is 53.4. Put a point in there, might make it a little bit more bearable. As you can see, for auto brake low, we're going to utilise pretty much the whole runway. If we hit auto brake medium, that's probably going to be more sufficient with max reverse as well. So the auto brake medium we use for landing, and that'll be it. So So guys, if you've got any questions about flight sim or anything, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer them the best I can. Like I say, I'm no major expert with it all, though I'm not too bad these days. So we're pretty much overhead Leicester, which means we're not a million miles from East Midlands Airport, I don't think. Should we have a look? This is the other nice feature you have. So when you open the new panel, so you have 3 different options. So you have a world option, an external option, and an internal option. You can have a nice flyby, which gives you a nice flyby effect of everything. You can obviously have the drone view. You can have the tower view from the nearest tower. Obviously from this sort of distance you're probably not going to see it. You can look at the nearest runway. Granted the graphics will take a second to load. Nearest parking position, so I'd imagine this will be East Midlands or somewhere along them lines. So yeah, there's loads of different options there, loads of different options. But I quite like the different views, to be fair, pretty cool. Just shows you how quick we're flying though at the moment. And then obviously you can move back to the internal views. So the spot view allows you to move around. Ooh. Don't know where I'm off to there. AP1. I think I lent on the controls then. Sorry guys, tipping you over. Not quite sure what happened there. Got ourselves back on course a little bit. So we're just overhead Leicester at the minute. And obviously the cinematic mode, it will just scroll between different modes. Depending on what it thinks. But no, it's all pretty good to be fair. I do like it a lot to be fair. Nice little nose view as well. We've got the cabin view, and then most of them are like the engine and wing views. Right wing, the tail. We also have the over the right wing as well. Not quite as noisy up here now as it was earlier on. But no, it works really well, and to be honest I've not really noticed a difference on performance. Like I've said to you guys before, I'm not a big thing of FPS. Flight sim's not about great FPS, it's about the smoothness of it. I tend to run about 70 FPS on average anyway. But in all honesty, it's more about the smoothness of it. If it's all fairly smooth, then who really cares, to be fair. So we've got a slight headwind, just a 5 knot headwind at the minute. We've got another aircraft in front of us. It's not going to be a million miles before we enter Manchester control zone. So once we get past Embor and just before we get to the next waypoint, we'll be in Manchester's control zone. And then we'll head up further north, overhead Glasgow, and then into Inverness. There are a couple of aircraft on the ground. Generally speaking, they don't tend to be Airbuses, they tend to be more like your Beechcraft King Airs and the Flybe aircraft. I can't think of what is it, the ATR-72 I think they are. But yeah, that's typically what we follow anyway. I like this view, to be fair. I do quite like this view. It is quite nice. Don't really show you a great deal, and obviously you got all the cabin views as well. Most of these are the cockpit controls on this side, and these are all just assigned to the joystick. You don't need to do anything special. It works with anything. I think even pretty sure I've got something assigned to one of these buttons on here, to be fair. Well, at least I thought I did. Maybe not.
End of traffic, Great Heart Cargo, 50 Bravo Charlie lined up in Carlton, 09er, Trent 3 Papa.
So I'll let you watch some of these views for a little bit.
Midlands, hello, Skynet, Blue Max 906 lining up a Hotel 1 behind the departing aircraft, Blue Midlands traffic.
Hey Sharon, how are we doing, mate? Hope you're well. Merry Christmas to you. Have you been on any extraordinary flights anywhere recently, or just chilling out? So we've got this other aircraft in front of us about 15 miles ahead. And we're just entering Manchester's airspace. Wow, it's actually London control, but so we'll just quickly move over to Manchester's. I don't know if we'll be
Maintain flight level 210.
in their airspace. But
Maintaining flight level 210, 612 X-ray.
Sat 562, Scottish Control, Roger. Descend flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200, Sat 562.
Easy 730 X-ray, climb flight level 280.
Final 280 for KLM 62 X-ray.
KLM 6 X-ray, that wasn't for you. Maintain flight level 210.
London Shuttle 97 Tango is with you at 240 inbound Bob Hill.
All stations, I'm just going to quickly restart in Euroscope. I'll be back with you in a moment.
Seabird 338, altitude, flight level 200.
Just literally said, hold on, that's a feedback.
Yeah, how are you doing then, buddy? Are you doing well? Don't know if you've been up to a great deal. Like I said, not much Christmas stuff going on. So with regards to the overhead, those who have been following with overhead stuff, so it is finally in the UK. It cleared customs this morning, and it's now at the National Sorting Centre in Birmingham. So hopefully it won't be too long. Obviously, with the fact it's around Christmas time, there is going to be probably a little bit of a backlog, and I'm not expecting it's going to be for a few days after. But hopefully we should receive it before New Year, and it'll be really nice if we can do a nice New Year. Yeah, if we can do a nice little New Year video, that would be pretty good. But we're going to do a full review of it, unboxing and everything as well.
Victor Bravo Victor 338 Scottish.
Seabird 338.
Sat 654 Papa, descend flight level 130, back to design S from
130, Seabird 338.
Descend to 130, back to CR, let's approach runway 07. Is that 654 Papa?
So maybe it's Scottish it comes under them. I'm telling you, I'll take a click on it.
Brigadier KLM 459 with you, just currently descending class level 230.
How do you mean how we make the flight plan so perfect? Like, it's in make so it follows well. So I use a piece of software called SimBrief. I believe it is still free of charge, though it works really well if you've got a Navigraph. It integrates brilliantly. It really does.
I just want to confirm you're going off to exactly in the com.
There's obviously having a few issues with these controller software today. So once we get to Tala, straight ahead up to Foyle, then we'll be pretty much in our descent phase. So top of descent, we should be descending at 1600. So about 29 minutes to our starboard descent.
VT 555 now, is that 654 Papa?
Thank you. I think the internet was kicking off a bit there, so apologies. Break easy 85 Tango Yankee. Turn right, heading 190 degrees back to Dallas from 114.
190 degrees, records for the approach from 191. Do you want to stop by this time?
Stop your descent to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1037. That was going to be the next thing.
4,000 feet for VT 85 Tango Yankee.
Victor Bravo Victor 338, speed 250 knots.
KLM
250 knots, Zero 38.
Level 20.
Victor Bravo Victor 338, descend flight level 100.
100, Zero 38.
KLM 459, and notch for you. I'll talk to you in a minute. Break Victor Bravo Victor 338, contact Manchester radar 118.580. Goodbye.
Bye bye, thank you for the service.
KLM 459, push control, hello, descend flight level 160.
KLM 459, apologies about earlier, descend level 160.
Yeah, so it's fairly straightforward. I don't do anything special with the flight plan, really.
282 Scottish, climb now.
One thing we do need to do though is have a quick look at our forward plan. I'm not going to try and do it. I'm going to try and utilise this new look feature. There we go. So,
right. Looks like the Wi-Fi keeps dropping, so I'm going to have to just log off. Apologies for this. I can do Unicom City, definitely, but good luck.
So just move over to Unicom. So we're going to have a quick look at our flight plan with regards to our routing in. So after Gussie, we don't have any further flight plan information. So if we look at the next thing, so the VOR is INS, the Inverness. What we can do is we can follow part of this plan. So after Gussie, there is nothing in our flight plan. I don't know if you can see here. So yeah, there's nothing in the flight plan after Gussie. So what we're going to do after Gussie, we'll have a quick look to see whereabouts that puts us. And I don't know if you can see very well, but we'll show you on the charts. We'll look at the initial approach. So we've already said that we can see where all this is. So obviously we've got a few different waypoints here. So what we can do, because we're going to use a CAT-C ILS, we can follow these waypoints. So this is the first waypoint. So this is the Gussie waypoint. So this is as far as we've got. So from this point here we need to insert some new routes. So from here we've got Delta 118 Papa, and that's 15.4 miles. And then we'll make this left turn to the next waypoint, which is this Delta November 01, Delta 222 November, and that's pretty much what we're going to do. So what we'll do is, so after this waypoint, so if we go back to the MCD, so we want to pop in, so after Gussie, Delta 188 Papa. So after here, if we put Delta 188 Papa, I'm sure that's right. 188 Papa, wonderful. And we can pop that as the next waypoint. And it's going to give us a few options because there'll be more than one of these waypoints. It's fairly straightforward in this situation because you can see we've got one 196 miles away, which is obviously going to be where we're landing. So we'll insert that. And then if we go past this point here, if we then click, so we'll insert that and then click on that waypoint and head to the, apologies, let me jump back to it. We can then go after this waypoint, we want another waypoint, and that next waypoint is this one that's part of this left turn, which is not that one actually. So the next one we want is Delta 21 10 November. Insert that as the next waypoint. That's also 194 miles away, so it will be that one. And then the next one after that, we can actually be a little bit cheeky here. We can pop the other one in, which is Delta 222 November. Jump back into here. Where it says flat plan discontinuity, we can pop that in there. One thing you'll notice, there's no altitude or speed restrictions there. So, we can see at, so a Gussie 4,500 feet. So if we go back to Gussie on here, we put a / 4,500 feet at Gussie, and it'll be a descent. So now if we jump down here, we will have this all the way at Gussie now. Well, there you go, 4,500 feet. If we jump back to the plan, there probably will be another point of descent, so 2,700 at the next waypoint. And that will be the Delta 10. So one thing you need to make sure you do though is you need to put a / into it before, so 2,700, and that'll be at the next waypoint, descent. And then we've already said, obviously at this point we don't know what our clearance is for that, so pretty much the next waypoint after this option is this next one, which is CF05, which we've already got in our flight plan. If we have a look and just refer down here, you'll see, so we've got the Gussie, then the couple we've put in, and then there's a discontinuity, and then CF05. So if we clear that discontinuity, that will be pretty much there. And that is pretty much how we put our plan in. So if we now refer back to our plan, so you'll see here now we've pretty much emulated this sort of circle. So we're making this S sort of shaped approach, and that's pretty much how you make sure that you match everything, because it doesn't always match everything perfectly, and that's pretty much how you follow the plan here at Inverness. So the next thing it's going to say the flight path is too steep ahead. So that's saying by this point here there's no way that we're going to get to this descent path, which may be correct, to be fair. So what we need to do to try and achieve that is, so it's saying it's between these 2 points. So if we say we want 3,500 feet in there, because we can always be a little bit higher, and we'll just see if that stops this too steep path. We'll insert that now, and we'll just have a quick look to see and let it compute itself and see if there is any further issues there, which there doesn't seem to be. Problem is though, we need to have that 2,700 in the D2 222 November. So 2,700. I'm sure that will be achievable. 3° descent rate, which is what we got on the chart. And there we go. So that is pretty much our flight plan all sorted for our approach. So we're just at IMPIP at the minute, which is pretty much just entering Scottish airspace. There isn't any ATC online here, we're up in Scotland. But yeah, we're inbound IMPIP, not too far now. One thing we could do from here, because we're going to encounter a lot of traffic at Halle, and that is quite normal. So we could be a little bit cheeky here and actually skip past some of these other aircraft. I don't know if you can see them, they are a little bit above us anyway. And we'll just go direct to foil, and that will give us a little bit of a shortcut as well by doing that. It heads us up in a bit of a weird and wonderful direction, but that will head of a traffic shuttle 97 Tango inbound IMPIP and direct to foil for Inverness. and that'll give us a nice little shortcut there. It'll make us fly a little bit more direct, not by much. It'll probably save us probably 10 miles or so. Won't save us a huge amount. There's one aircraft on the ground, like I say, out in Inverness. We could probably expect stand 1 for our landing. Cheers for the light view, sir. Much appreciated, buddy. So we'll see what some more cinematics we can have for a bit. How do you mean, how do you make the plane so perfect? I don't understand what you mean. Do you mean in terms of camera views, or how do you mean, buddy? This is nothing to do with me. This is all this new software, but it's pretty cool. I do like it. Light so straight. What are you flying on? Would you be flying on Xbox or PC? So I fly on PC. We're on the autopilot, so I'm not flying this manually whatsoever. We're pretty much just following the flight plan. That's all we're doing. Nothing that we're doing specifically. One thing we can do is have a quick look at the MCDU menu as well, just to see. Sometimes it'll give us our stand number already. So it's going to say shuttle ops. There's no delay code required because it was off stand a minute before. Hey Lee, Merry Christmas mate, hope you're well. And as you may notice, it was yourself Lee, wasn't it, that suggested about the new chase plane options. I had a look at the videos and then last night I decided to purchase it. I'm still getting a little bit used to it though, if I'm honest. Just because it wipes out literally every camera control that you've already got. Unfortunately, I was going to do a video with the EasyJet aircraft in the 320. That was the plan, because obviously that's a proper route. But I don't know if you actually, do you own the software at all, Lee? You might know. So at the minute, I've only got it configured with the Phoenix in the British Airways livery. It doesn't seem to transport across to the 320. Which I was kind of hoping it would do, because the camera views would be very, very similar anyway. And I was kind of hoping that it would work across all of them. But yeah, the flyby. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. You mean this, don't you? It's amazing. It's well cool, isn't it? It's really cool. It's certainly flying quick, that's for sure. I know. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty cool, to be fair. It's probably the best £28 I've ever spent, to be honest. It makes quite a big difference. We've got a few different views that we're utilising at the minute. I know it does make a difference, especially through these sort of like through the cruise. You can just pop it in cinematic mode and just leave it to do its own thing, which is pretty cool. Got a couple of options on here as well. I really like this view for some reason. I don't really know why. One, it's not really noisy as well. And obviously we've got all the cabin as well. I think that's on this side. You've got all the cabin. And one thing I love about the Phoenix is the fact that you put the seatbelt signs on and they'll actually come on as well. Same as when you ding the cabin. Oh, it's not doing it now. Oh, which view is it that it did it in? Might be one of these views.
Fasten seatbelt signs for your safety. This requires all customers to be seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Please help us by returning to your seat now.
That's it. It works quite well.
To ensure that we do not have to wake you later in the flight, if the seatbelt signs are switched on again, please keep your seatbelt fastened and visible to the cabin crew. The
It'd be quite nice if GSX could get people walking about in the cabin as well. That'd be really cool. I don't know quite how it'd work though. Because obviously the aircraft's constantly moving, isn't it? So, but then they managed to get people sat in the seats. So, it'd be a similar principle, I would imagine. You can see I got the cockpit door open. That's not because I wanted it open, but it's quite cool though because you can walk through the cabin quite nicely. To be fair. I don't know where all the flight attendants are gone though. They've proper disappeared, haven't they? Oh, we've not even got a full... I thought we had a full bus today, but clearly not. I honestly thought there was 2 emergency exits on the wing. But that must be the 320 that offers that. Anyway. There you go, but far off the camera view there. But yeah, it looks really good. Have you got Christmas off then, Lee? Is that you all done now for Christmas? Like I said, you probably went on the stream, but unfortunately I'm working it tomorrow, so it is what it is really. Can't help it. And we're doing a nice little flight to Inverness, if you haven't already worked out. I'd imagine you would have done because you normally watch on YouTube, so... Following this really weird like flight path. If I'm honest, I've not really done much with it before, but we'll see how it goes. And I have an update on the overhead, Lee, as well, which is quite nice. So I had I checked the tracking this morning, and it actually came into the UK last night, and so I presume it came to like Coventry or somewhere. Yeah, so it landed in the UK last night, and then it said awaiting customs clearance, and I thought, oh no, that's going to take forever, especially around Christmas. However, I've had another email to say it's cleared customs, and it's now been passed to Parcel Force, ready for delivery. I know for a fact there's definitely going to be customs duty on it. They haven't told me how much yet though, but I'd imagine I'll probably have to wait until it gets to their office, and then, because I think what happens initially is Parcel Force pay the duty, and then obviously then we owe Parcel Force. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And a nice one, at least you're off to the 5th of January. I wish I was off to the 5th of January. I'm at work tomorrow. I'm off Boxing Day, thankfully. And then, unfortunately, I've got a funeral next week on the 28th. Well, 29th even, so that's the Sunday, isn't it? 28th. And then back at work for I've got a few night shifts coming up, so it's always good fun. But yeah, no, really good. Thank you for mentioning Chase Plane. I really love it actually. It's just the only thing I don't understand is why. I presume that I'm going to have to set every plane with the camera views. That's what I'm assuming I'm going to have to do. And I quite like the click view options as well. I don't know if you know much about them, but so you can literally move to different click views, and it's quite nice as well because you can get to all the right panels really. Any problem is I tend to open all these blinds, but it's quite handy if you want to look down here at all the different views. It's also quite handy for the radio panel as well. So if you want to change the radio and you can't really see what you're doing, it works a treat. It really does work a treat. So we're inbound foil, not a million miles from foil now. We'll probably go back to some form of managed speed in a minute. Well, maybe not 250. Let's go back to what? 0.7. Save ourselves a little bit of fuel. But you know, it does make a big difference. And I think it's going to be quite nice as well when I do the replays back. So I use SkyDolly for replays for some of the landings, and I think you'll get some really good views from them as well. So I'm looking forward to having a play with that. That's one thing that I'll be doing after this flight, having a little play. If you're about tonight, Lee, as well, we will be doing another video tonight, I hope. Not quite sure what time yet, probably 8 o'clock again, usual sort of time that we do our streams. But no, good shout out for the software. I think although it's payware, I do think it has its value. And it doesn't affect performance either. I've not noticed a change in performance at all. So, top of descent, where are we descending? just after foil apparently. Oh, at foil. So initial descent to 18,600 by Urson. So if we go inbound flight level 140 will be the plan. Started descent a little bit earlier in fairness, so it's a little bit more steady. Open descent, and then where do we say? By Imbas, didn't we? 14,000, so it's quite nice really. It's not really a bad approach. And we can go back to managed speed mode now. It's not really going to change a great deal. And then we'll be starting our descent. Disclaimer already, I've not flown to Inverness in a long while, so I probably should have a proper good look at the charts. We've got it all programmed in now. I mean like the actual approach chart with the references. I don't think there's... oh, there's one aircraft on the ground here. It's an ATR by the look of it. No, I don't have FSI panel. What's that? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is, if I'm honest. So guys, I'm just going for a quick wee stop. We'll let you guys watch the outside for a minute, and I'll be back in a moment. And let you enjoy the cinematic views. So guys, all back for you. Right, let's see what's FSI panels. Let's jump back in the cockpit as well, just so we know we're on the right descent path. So it allows you to practice the landings except over and over again without taking off. Oh, nice one. No, I've not come across it, if I'm honest. Is it freeware or is it payware? But no, that's quite cool because the amount of times that I do quite enjoy doing a good old landing, to be fair. I bet it's similar to what they utilise in some like the cheaper like sim days. You know, when it's like designed for multiple people. There we go. So inbound Imbas, oh, I want to be flight 100. Minus 1,400 will be fine. And after that, there's no published speed restrictions, so we'll have to go from there. And we probably should have terrain on, I would imagine, so I've got it on the other side. But one thing I do wish with the new wing panel, I do wish that you could reconfigure it, and maybe you can reconfigure it, I just don't know how. So when you have the terrain on ND, it's actually on the captain side. That would be quite nice, to be honest. Does it work still with like Phoenix and things? Because obviously one thing I notice when like playing back is I have to then get the aircraft all configured and everything. But no, that's really cool. And I guess it lets you set like what the approach path is as well. But yeah, no, definitely. I may check it out. I'll have another look at some videos. You make me spend my money, Lee. You do. That's the problem. But no, I'm really enjoying the camera view. It's certainly money well spent. It's just nice to. It's like I really enjoyed this view for when we were connected to the tug. To be fair, and you can literally watch everything be done. Watch the ground handlers connect everything. So we're going to get the aircraft configured for landing. And we'll go from there. Does the MC do and everything? Oh wow, that is really, really good. That's pretty cool. Bet there's some nice views out here, to be fair. Nice views of some of the mountains here.
The captain has now switched on the fasten seatbelt.
So your passengers never show. So the reason for that, Tom, is because you need to have the cockpit door open. So like, if I'll give you an example. So if I've got the cockpit door shut, and you look in here now, there's no one in here. If we go back into the cockpit, open the door, and I've now got passengers in here. The reason why there's none in that seat is because there wasn't any in that seat originally. There we go. So that's the reason why. So you see there, the same principle. Look. It's not a weird bug. So the reason for it, so it's not a bug at all. It's to help with performance. That's the reason why. Because GSX is quite performance hungry, so for some people may struggle a little bit more, especially during certain phases of flight, and it can lead to a lot of crash to test stops and stuff when it loads in all the ground services stuff. So that's the reason for it actually being implemented. So it's not actually to be awkward or anything like that. It's literally just to help really. Your Wing MCD is coming tomorrow. Oh, nice. I'm guessing it's not being delivered tomorrow. If so, you've got a very good delivery company. I'm still waiting for my throttle. I've chased it, and I still have no idea what's going on with it. So then, let's work our way out for land. So, order brake to medium we need for a start. And as usual, I'll not set the chrono because I'm a tool. Everything's all good up here, really. We'll get the landing lights on shortly. Well, to be fair, we'll put the engine and wing anti-ice on because it's pretty cold here today. I'm just hoping the visibility is okay. We won't enable the landing system just yet. So, Gutty, we want to be at 4,500 feet, so we'll go down to the hundreds. 4,500, and that's pretty much on the same descent path. So we'll just work out what I think it's the Charlie arrival. So it's the circle to land. Oh, so it's the DME arc, Cat C DME arc we're utilising. Inverness traffic shuttle 97 Tango is on the approach for runway 05, category C arc, currently inbound to Gussie. I don't think there's actually any aircraft here. I did have a quick peek earlier, but. Cheers for the follow, Tom. Much appreciated. You have to act surprised, apparently. Ah, fair enough. They are really good, though, to be fair. I was like, do I really need it? Do I not need it? And not gonna lie, it's literally one of the best things to do. Really, honestly, it's one of the best bits of kit because you, especially on the Phoenix, you utilise it so much, and you get to learn quite. Like I learned loads of stuff about the MCD that I didn't even know about. There's loads of videos. I recommend. I think it's 320 Simpilot. So he's a real world pilot, and he talks about all sorts of little tips and tricks with the 320. Like how to put like an extended runway centre line, which I could show you actually. That'll probably come in quite handy for our approach, really. So I'll tell you what, we'll show you that briefly. So if we head down to the MCDU, and if I hit the right button, so if we go to FF05, fix info, and we now put Echo Golf, Papa Echo 05, and then if we put a radial which is the opposite, so it's 231, not 132, 231, and we put a radial in there, and if we have a look now on, we've got that nice blue extended centre line, and it can come in quite handy, especially for like visual approaches and stuff. It comes in really handy. You can also do a 10-mile radius around the airport as well. There's loads of little tips and tricks like that. So QNH is 1039 for our landing. So approach checklist, Barrett 1039, seatbelt on, minimums of 230. I'm pretty sure that's not right. Oh no, it is, tell a lie. 230 for the ILS. Automatic medium engine mode selector hopefully is in the norm position, which it is. So yeah. One thing we are going to start doing is slowing ourselves down though. That's one thing we will do. So we're going to come back to 220 knots for the time being. We're not that far away now, 41 miles. Yes, so we do use the ECAM. If I'm honest, I still forget I've got it. Yeah, we do have the ECAM down here. I can flick between all the options. It is really useful, it is really good. If I'm honest, a lot of the time I forget to change it. But it's good if you're on an approach and you get a warning or something, you can clear it really quick, which is good. So engine and wing anti-ice is on. We definitely need the landing lights on. We're just waiting for this speed to come back a touch. Probably going to need a little bit of spoilers in fairness to bring us on our way. Going to get a little bit bumpy as a result. Well, oh, nice one, Lee. Just took the gammon out. Wonderful. I had my Christmas day yesterday. So yeah, opened a couple of presents, not many, but. What we'll do once we get to 220, well, to be fair, we could probably come back further than that, probably around 200 knots, really, because it's a real short approach in. It really is. We'll enable the landing system as well. We'll hold off with enabling the approach for now. So 3,500 is the next place we need to be at. So we can utilise that quite nicely. So it's intercepted India Lima November for the ILS, which is good. So as soon as this barb drops below, we're going to get some flaps out. Flaps one. And then hopefully that'll allow us to get rid of some of our spoilers as well. But no, it's quite a scenic approach, really. Really scenic approach. So speed's coming back nicely now, 200 knots for the minute. There's no speed restriction, surprisingly. It's all altitude restrictions, to be honest. 10 mile DME arc. Right, we'll just hide this speed brake for the minute. We may notice the speed jump up again, but we'll go from there. Lovely views of the mountains there. So I think this is Inverness we can see in front of us. So 3,500. The next descent point is 2,700. We can now level our descent a little bit. Reduce our descent rate. So hold it at 200 for the minute. I could come back a little bit, 180 maybe. Get this next layer of
Seats for landing.
flap suit. So 2,700 is correct. Speed back 180 knots. Cabin crew.
Hello, cabin
Oh, flight deck even.
left. Cabin secure for landing.
Wonderful. So cabin secure. Let's bring our speed back a touch further in a minute. Just continuing this descent. Inverness traffic. Shuttle 97 Tango is on the approach, runway 05. We're just about to intercept the ILS. Currently 10 track miles. Yes, I do use it, to be fair. I do use it. But no, it's pretty good. So, concentration time now. So, speed back 160 knots, ready for the ILS. Going to enable the approach AP1, AP2. Cat 3 dual. Like I say, we're just slowing ourselves down nicely. So, not visual with the airport. Yeah, I think I may have a slight visual of the airport. Just, I'm not quite. I got it yet. We may have slowed ourselves down a little bit too early, but I'd sooner take it nice and steady and ensure we're okay. So I've got the airport in sight, so we're on the right side, just in front of the first officer there. So there's a good chance we could anticipate some fog because of the weather. So 2,700. I've not tried it yet, to be fair. Something did come up about binoculars view, to be honest. I don't know if... I don't know where it is, but I know there was an option for it, to be fair. And I don't want to do that. Meant to just close it, that's what I meant to do. So, get down. Yes.
Inverness traffic, Jersey 474 Juliet, holding Alpha 2, runway 05.
Inverness traffic shuttle 97 Tango is established on the ILS 05. We've currently got around 10 track miles. So we're just going to double check everything's all ready and the approach page is completed. So flaps to 3. Flaps full. So any second now we should intercept the unlock star. Whether he decides to depart before, he may do, may not. He may just be waiting to see our dodgy landing. Inverness traffic. You may have some room to actually depart in front of us if you wish.
Yeah, Jersey 474 Juliet, I'll go for takeoff. Thank you.
No worries. So we'll let him depart in front of us. Then he can't see how dodgy landing, you see. That's my thinking. So, landing checklist. Go around altitude. I think it was 3,000, wasn't it? 2,000. Oh, 3,000. There we go. 3,000. We'll stand by with that for a minute. Go around that. 3,000 is set. See what cabin crew advise, cabin ready, and eco memo landing no blue. Beautiful view over Inverness as well. Beautiful view. So we've got the glide slope coming in now nicely. We're going to reduce to our minimum approach speed. Oh, it's rolling now, so the aircraft in front is rolling. Probably have a quick look on the tower view, to be fair. See what's actually going on. Oh, airports. There you go, he's just departed. There we are. Yeah, maybe let's not do that.
Jersey 474 Juliet, departed runway 05. On climb out.
Short 97 Tango, short finals runway 05, Inverness. So once we get to around 5 miles, we've got the traffic in sight, so he's well away. We will reduce to minimum approach speed. And we will follow the approach. So the camera's called Chase Plane, if that's helpful. So concentration time. Manual flight. Checked. Land. Transporters. Screen, brake medium, diesel. Manual braking. Inverness traffic shuttle 97 Tango backtracking runway 05.
warm welcome to our destination.
A little bit
Please remain
bumpy.
seated with
There
your
we go.
seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off.
After landing, radar
Safe to do
predictive
so,
wind
please
shear
take care
system
when you
is
open your
off after landing
headlockers,
complete.
as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury.
With FS Realistic, it sounds horrific though, whenever you land, to be fair.
And use all data services on your handheld electronic
So, where are we
device.
taxiing to? That's the next question.
To check that you have all of your personal belongings with you before you leave the aircraft.
So,
If you require any assistance here at our destination, then please speak to our ground staff colleagues who will be happy to help. Those customers who have ordered special assistance to leave the aircraft today, please remain seated until the aisle around you is clear and our crew will be on hand to assist you. Finally, on behalf of all of us here at British Airways and the One World Alliance, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us. It's been our pleasure looking after you, and we hope to welcome you on board again sometime soon. Once again, thank you,
so we'll
and
taxi
have a very
along this other runway. We'll see how we go. APU start. May request the ground handler actually, because I'm not sure. No, Tom, it's not free, buddy. It's not free. It's £28. But if you're streaming like me, that's quite reasonable, to be fair. For how easy it is to use as well. I like it. Here's our follow me, man. There he is. And there he goes. Why is he not in front of us? Where is he? Maybe he's not doing what I think he's doing. Trying to get us to turn the other way. Don't know much about Inverness, to be fair. Yeah, well, we'll deal with that one. Yeah, see you later, Lee. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, it was a little bit on the bumpy side, wasn't it? But yeah, I'll definitely have a look at that FSI panel. As well, we'll have a look. I don't know where the marshal's gone. He seems to have gone off, done his own thing. So there we go. I must admit, with the FS Realistic though, it does, even sometimes when the landings aren't actually that bad, it makes it sound horrific in the cabin. I didn't think it was too bad approach, to be fair. Considering I've not flown here in years, like when you consider like a lot of the airports we fly to quite regularly. So we're going to taxi through the GA8 for invite Echo and Alpha. Inverness traffic shuttle 97 taxiing to stand number 4 via Echo and Alpha. Let's see how we get on. So well above our 2 minutes, so we could go to a single engine taxi procedure, to be fair. So elect pump on. Engine master 2 off. We probably need to clean ourselves up as well. Let's get the flaps and everything on. Came out Heathrow on Sunday. Oh, Sunday was really bad at Heathrow. I don't know why it was so bad, to be, if I'm honest. Yeah, it was really bad. Sunday was. I'm now regretting this single engine taxi, to be honest. It's a little bit more bumpy here than anticipated, to be fair. So continue around to the left side. Yeah, it wasn't too bad a landing, to be fair. I'll take it. The light seems to be disappearing rapidly as well. Yeah, it only shows a normal plane, the Concorde will. So we're after stand number 4, which I'm going to guess is where these stairs are. Not to guesstimate. So it looks like there's no particular stand number, so let's start turning here. This is where you start regretting doing a single engine taxi. Come on, a little bit further. Okay. Parking brake sets. AP's available. Engine and master one off.
Cabin crew, doors to manual and cross-check. Cabin crew, doors to manual and cross-check.
Let's get the... So then we'll see what's going on in the cabin. That's everything done. Just waiting for the... Well, pretty much just waiting for everything to be loaded. So parking checklist, parking brake or chocks. Chocks are set, so we can release the brake. Wing lights off. Fuel pumps are now off. Engines off and parking checks complete. So guys, thank you very much for joining us on this short flight today over to Inverness. Not the best of landings, not the worst. Is what it is. Considering it's quite a new airport to us, I don't think it was too bad, to be fair. But no, thank you very much for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed the flight. Cheers Lee for the suggestion with the new camera views. I absolutely love them. Even more so the ones with the tail. We're just waiting for the stairs and everything to be put into place. Well, the rear stairs are in place. I don't know why the front stairs are not in place. There we go. Just waiting to see what's going on with the rest of the stairs as well. But no, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again hopefully in another video very soon. And yeah, take care. I hope you have a good Christmas, everyone. Hopefully we'll see you again later tonight. That is the plan. Whether that plan changes, I don't know, but hopefully we'll see you again around 8 o'clock tonight for another stream. But no, feel free to join us. Thank you for the gift, whoever has given us the gift. I didn't capture. Oh, it was Cubic Kebab. Thanks for the gift. Cheers for all the likes and follows. We've got a few new subscribers over on our TikTok. Feel free to head over to YouTube as well. And there's a lot more videos and content on there for you to watch at your leisure. So take care. Hope you have a good Christmas, and if not, we'll see you again later tonight. Bye for now.